Born on 1st October 1960. Moving ahead, no stopping, only sailing. On eagle wings, she soars over mountains, the triumph of Africa. Nigeria, Nigeria, good people, great nation, good and great nation. Nigeria, Nigeria, good people, great nation, remarkable. She is Nigeria, and I believe
these standards. So all they are after is that, oh, they use chemical. They want to control weeds in the farm. They want to control pests so that it will not affect the yield. But the important thing is, do you know the standard? Are you aware of the quality requirement, the kind of chemical that you need to apply in different plants? So all this boils down to having the knowledge of the chemicals to apply and how to apply them, the handling. Standards Organization of Nigeria, we've organized series of workshops for farmers in Edo State. In fact, at a point we asked them to should come to our office to register so that we'll be able to put them in different groups. In 2018 we organized workshop for them. In 2019 we did the same thing, just partly before the end of 2020, if not for COVID-19, we were about organizing another workshop for them. So what is important is that they should come to a Standards Organization of Nigeria. They should be closer to the regulators. In developed world, you have that the Institute of Research, the Research Institute and the regulators, the standard bodies, they work hand in hand with the farmers so that they are given this standard, they are aware. So the same thing we are doing in Edo State. But yet, many will not come to Standards Organization of Nigeria. Even when you invite them for workshop, many will not turn up. They feel these government people, they are just after tax. They want to collect money from us. The standard for different pesticides, the chemicals in question, they are not too expensive. Some 5,000, 2,000, 3,000.
Do you people sell?
Yeah, the standards are there in the office. But for the workshop that we do, it's free. We invite them free and give them free consultancy services. So we still expect them that not only attending our workshop, they should invite us. Occasionally we go to the farm to help them to do this, the practical aspect of it. Okay. So that is where we are going, because we've tried to identify the farmers in Edo State, but yet they still need to collaborate more with us, so that not only attending the seminars, not only coming for us to give you the workshop. Many of them, immediately after the workshop, they will not even come, because we will advise them, after this workshop, please come to our office to get a copy of the standard, so that this will guide you the handling of your pesticides, the various chemicals that you need to apply, and how to apply them, the dosage. Because when you apply overdose, you automatically it will affect even even the proceed, the harvest. And even today you see some people using sniper for preservative. So maybe for beans and maize and some other grains
to kill weevils and beans.
To kill weevils. But at the end of the day, you have contaminated the beans, the food in question, that you say you want to drive away weevils, pests, so that it will destroy the lifespan. But the food, by the time we eat it, it will affect the human being.
All right.
The liver, the kidney, and today we have so much people in the hospital suffering from one disease or the other.
Thank you. Talking about in the health of the nation, a healthy nation is a wealthy nation.
Exactly.
You said most of the farmers you call for events, and most of them don't show up. Do this standard organization, do you have agency that goes to villages, you visit villages to inform people about what people are doing concerning control?
Thank you. We have not limited ourselves only to the city, because we know where the farmers, most of the farmers are, you find them in the villages, in the rural areas. We do that in 2017, 2018. We went as far as villages to organize workshop, so that let's go to the grassroots. We don't just stay in the city and organize workshop. Only few people will come, and most of the farmers, we have them in the villages. We went as far as going to Auchi, Fuga, even as far as Fuga village. We went there in 2016 to talk to the farmers. But what we are saying in essence is that one day workshop is not enough. That is why we are telling them that come and get a copy of the standard. Let it be your Bible. So you read it, digest it, and you have our numbers. If you have any problem, even when you write on your farm, you can still call Standards Organization of Nigeria. Well, our numbers are there for you. So that if you forget anything or you need us to see, it's free consultancy service. We are not asking you for any cover. So call us. We will still advise you. Oh, if you have forgotten, no, this is the standard. This is how to apply it. So that this is the dosage. If you have forgotten what we taught you during the training or workshop, and we are still saying that when you want to buy even the chemicals, please look out for our logos. The imported ones, we have a SUNCAP scheme. You see the SON and the code that is given, that's on it. If it's the locally manufactured, you have our MANCAP logo on it. You see it. That MANCAP logo looks like a eagle, and our code is on it. So even if you are in doubt with the numbers you have with you, you have the number of standard organization for complaint, you can call us immediately. Please, this code, is this genuine, or this product? Have you certified this product? You can ask question. If you need us, if you want to go and import, you can even ask us to follow you. We can go along with you, or at the point of getting this product. Even if you are there outside the country, even without us following you, you have our contact. You have the email. You can still snap the product, send to our email. We'll look at it and respond to you. Tell you this one is substandard or this one is standard.
Mr. Lawa, you are talking like a PR person. The way you are just saying it, you go there, you go here. Or let me ask you about your relationship with the Ministry of Agriculture and other bodies put in charge of the food production. What is your relationship like?
Thank you. The relationship is very cordial. The Edo State Ministry of Agriculture, we partner most times. Even these workshops that we are talking about, we organize the workshops together. So we have been working together to make sure that we get things right. We educate our people on the best practices, for different farming. How do you handle all these things in the farm, even from the seedlings, even the fertilizers that you apply, and even after harvest, the storage. How do you store all different food after your harvest? So we are working together with the Ministry of Agriculture, the Federal Ministry. We have the zonal office. We are together here in the Federal Secretariat. So we partner most times. We organize this joint program. All these workshops we talk in question, we don't do it alone. We invite the Minister of Agriculture, the federal and the state Minister of Agriculture. So we organize all these workshops together. Okay.
That means the relationship is very cordial. Very, very cordial. All right, talking about these pesticides, because this is a very big deal. It's a very big deal. Yes. It's not what we should trivialize, because we do go to markets to buy things. We use tomatoes, we use yam, and sometimes we wonder how these things came bad, and we have to be careful on the production process. Do you visit these chemical stores? Because most of the stores, most of these farmers can just go there and buy. Do you visit those stores to check whether they have the standard product, apart from the names? Some can just get the cup, the empty container, and just do one mix up and put in, and they will say, okay, it has the logo already, and they will say, Nigerians know what we can do. Do people go for regular checkup to ensure that the people's what they get is the standard thing?
Thank you. You see, the first thing is for the manufacturers, we have a MANCAP certification scheme where we visit the companies. That's on quarterly basis to see from the starting point, the raw material, the mixing, the formulation, the ratios and whatever, till the end, even packaging. So we do that on quarterly basis. Then for the ones you have in the market, maybe by one way or the other being smuggled into the market. So we have a market surveillance team. So we go out every month. We have identified the different markets. So we go out every month to, still check and see that what these people are selling is the standard products. So, and if we find out, at times we even buy, we will not disclose that we are from Standards Organization of Nigeria. We buy, we pay money as like a customer. We will buy the product, we will take to our laboratory and conduct tests. So if we find anyone, below standard, we do the needful. We close down shops. You pay fine. Our minimum fine is 1 million, and if for the first time, if we catch you the second time, you don't only pay fine, you go to jail of about 2 years jail time.
Have anybody been arrested during your work of going around to check?
A lot of arrests has been made nationwide. But for those states, the last one was the people we caught. They were asked to pay fine. Then the fine, like I said, the minimum fine 1 million. So as a group, the individual they put together, I think they supported themselves. We arrested a few of them. So the association came and they said it was out of ignorance, it wasn't intentional. I said, okay, no problem. Even if it's not intentional, ignorance is not an excuse. So for you to flout the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you have to pay fine, and they did that.
They paid
fine.
Okay.
So, and that's why we are still telling the masses, please, you can also help when you come across anything substandard. Please call Standards Organization of Nigeria.
Okay, you're talking about going to villages to educate farmers on the kind of pesticides that you use, the usage, the dose they should even apply for their yields or their produce. Apart from going to, you said you went there in 2018.
2016, 2018.
And you didn't mention 2019. That means throughout 2020 self, you didn't even...
Because of COVID-19,
okay.
We could not do so much. We can't, because we can't bring people to so much people together. The farmers, we have, they register with us. I think we have about 3,000 of them. We have, the list is in my office. So
farmers in Edo State.
In Edo State.
All farmers.
Farmers, yes. They have associations, so we have been working together. And so we could not do anything in workshop in 2020 because of COVID-19.
Okay, all right. In process of, what about this? What are your plans in 2021 in educating and going to villages, the farmers?
Thank you. For 2021, we already our plan for this year. We have 4 workshops for this year, one by March, that is in each quarter, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. So we have by this March, so but we are still looking at we hope coronavirus will go finally, and the government will lift the ban on the gathering, so that we'll be able to do our workshop. Already we have slated 4 workshops, one in each quarter for this year.
The previous ones you went and you did your training and the education. What are your challenges? The challenges you encountered during going about your business?
Yes. The challenges majorly is the communication. In fact, at a point we had to start looking for somebody
to
interpret or different languages. So that's just this challenge. So that's why we are now going through the association, so that they are the ones now giving us interpreter, so that when we get to villages, when we speak in our own the English lingua franca, so somebody else will interpret in the local language.
All right. Apart from talking about language barrier, do you mean you have the the personnel, the manpower, you have the logistics, the vehicles to go to villages to do this?
Well, we have the manpower, that one, no doubt. But vehicle is still another challenge. We have just one vehicle. So
one vehicle.
We have one vehicle. So what we normally do is that we plan. That's why we plan ahead in a quarter, so that we know the date and when we have to go to the villages. So we manage our own vehicle. So we don't mind if state government can support the Standards Organization of Nigeria, so that we'll be able to reach grassroots.
Talking about vehicles, but the federal government is aware that there is this challenge of vehicles, so that they can still help the work to be better.
Yes, we have written so that you should give us one more vehicle, so that the one we have is not enough. So many times we want to go to like 2-3 places, different teams. So we'll have to wait. Maybe one will wait for another day to shift. So because of the logistics.
Doesn't this impede your performance in going about your job? If there is no vehicle and you want to do, you postpone, and for instance, there is this happening there, there's a substandard product being sold in this area, in this other area, how do you go about it? Because if you go for this one, the other ones will go and tell the other, oh, they were here. So how do you go about to mop out these people?
Thank you. We still use the public transport. So our various teams, so if one or two teams will follow with the official vehicle, then the others will use public transport.
Okay. And in doing that, you sponsor yourself, not that it comes from government pockets.
The federal government, we receive allocation.
There are a lot of things we shouldn't say.
Well, we receive allocation, but we still need more support, because the job is not only for us, it's for all of us. So we need support from good Nigerians who can still help Standards Organization.
Talking about chemicals for farm produce is very important, and we want the Standard Organization to be up on their games to ensure that what we buy in the market do not cause bring danger to our organs, because we have a lot of cases these days, cancer everywhere, and people are wondering, and investigation revealed that most of these chemicals they use in controlling pests and even preserving the produce, they are substandard. They are not even good to be used for anything. So let's go about the preservation. Okay, you want to say something?
Yes, you see, it boils down to, we need to be united.
Okay.
And that's why I'm happy, at least when we started, the farmers were not together, no association. So we had to encourage them to come together, because the only way we cannot go and visit individuals, and so we need to pull them together, associations, so that we can have workshop where we train them, educate them, the quality of the pesticide, the standard required, and the handling and whatever, and the preservative measures, and the various recommended standard, pesticide that you have to use for preservation. And so today, thank God, they formed a different association. We depending on maybe cassava, plantain, so like that. So they have in different groups. So that is the only way we can be able to reach the farmers, and that's why we keep saying that please come closer to Standards Organization of Nigeria. It's not just all about making money, but what about our lives?
Okay. You reach out for the cooperatives. No, they have different cooperatives. Okay, in the city, for instance, where they sell fruits, some fruits attract flies. Before that, most people would put some chemicals, and in the process, trying to drive away flies. Do people go around to ensure that what we buy is okay, especially these fruits, meats, even meat, fish? You see them using different kind of chemicals to drive flies and other pests from these items.
Yes. You see, yes, we do our own bits.
Okay. But
we cannot do it, like I keep saying. The Minister of Environment, we have the State Minister of Environment, I don't know, we have the federal, so even the abattoir, the standard is there, we have the standard. Most times, we are the custodian of the standard. We develop this standard in collaboration with all the relevant agencies, and we give it out to them to use, that is, to regulate. We use to regulate. For the Ministry of Environment, so the standards are there for them to monitor. not the monitoring aspect is not only for Standards Organization of Nigeria, for all the relevant agencies. Though we are the one developing the standard, and in the course of developing the standard, we invite all these people in question. All of us will sit down together. We'll look at the various requirements one by one, and at the end of the day, we all agree that okay, this is looking at even the international regulation, the requirement. So we pull all these things together to form the standard. So at the end of the day, we now distribute the standard for implementation. Yeah. So the implementation and the monitoring aspect of it is not only for Standards Organization.
But you do sometimes.
Yes, we do our own, but the other relevant agencies should equally complement the effort of.
And do you see them doing such?
Well, I will say they are trying, but to me, they still need to do more.
Okay. Concerning that, can you talk to those traders, the sellers? What do you have to tell them concerning using chemicals to? As much as possible,
you should do away with all these chemicals, because it's injurious to life. It's not, the health aspect of it is very bad. So today we use so much of these chemicals to the extent that we are now causing danger to our lives. A lot of people are falling sick, having problem, kidney, liver problem, and all the rest, all as a result of the use of these chemicals, because most times we overuse it. I think that's the bottom line. And even we use the ones that are not recommended, like people using carbide for ripening of banana, plantain, even tomato,
for fermentation of cassava.
So we don't use carbide. All these things. That's why I keep saying that the standard, it matters a lot, and people, as much as possible, we should feel for ourselves. You don't just say because you want to make money, you endanger the lives of your fellow human being. I mean, it's like we don't even have the fear of God. So if in the course of making money, the life is paramount. It's even before the money. So we must make sure that whatever we do, we don't endanger the lives of our fellow human being, all in the course of making money. But the masses too should know that, please, as much as you want to buy anything, please make sure that whatever you want to buy, if you are suspicious and you are not too sure about it, please find out from SON, or you go to registered shops, and if anything you buy anything and you have any complaint, please come to SON. So let's see how we can work together to sanitize the country.
Okay, what can the state do? What is your advice for state government? You have federal government. What can the state do to ensure that the pesticides will buy their standard, and most of the farmers do not lose their lives in the process of spraying their
yes, farms? Like I said before now, that partnering, and all of us, we must work together. The state government, the federal government, we need to work together. We have just one country, and that is Nigeria. So we need to work together to see how best we can get things right. It's not the issue of whether federal government, state government, or local government. So all of us, we need to work together. So all the relevant agencies, yes, Standards Organization of Nigeria is there. We are working every time to make sure that we bring out the standard for different products. But the implementation, everybody has to be involved, particularly the relevant agencies. In this area that we are talking about, the Minister of Agriculture should be up and doing, whether federal or state. The standards are there, and we've forwarded these standards to all the relevant ministries. Please, they go out and help SON in the monitoring activities.
All right, talking about the control of pesticides, Mr. Lawal Ismail is the state coordinator of Standard Organization of Nigeria, Edo State. Okay, that's aside for the control of pesticides. I want to a bonus for our audience this morning, talking about water. These days, you see a lot of typhoid. You go to hospital, typhoid cases, malaria. How do people still go about controlling water production in the state?
Thank you very much. For water, we have a list of water companies in Edo State. We did that in the past, and we visit them on quarterly basis. But we still have some people that maybe in their backyard or somewhere in their rooms, packaging water, which we are unable to identify these people. But like the people around there will definitely know that Mr. A is packaging water. You see vehicles bringing out water. I mean, you don't even know the brand name is questionable. Just water, you know. So report to Standards Organization of Nigeria. And we another thing is that the packaged water, the way people display packaged water outside is not the right thing. That's not the standard. When you display it in the sun, the reaction will take place, and at the end of the day, that water becomes contaminated. So we are telling people, please don't showcase water as if you want to market. I mean, advertise what inside the sun, right in front of your shop, where direct sunlight is hitting it. So it should be preserved in your refrigerator, a freezer in the shop,
cool place,
or a cool environment. So it should be preserved. And then for the masses, you pick any bottled water, and you cannot find a Standards Organization of certified by SUN or NAFDAC, then you shouldn't take such water. Before you consume anything, please first of all look for the regulators mark.
SON or NAFDAC you look for in the water?
Both for water, yes.
We have the bottled water or the sachet water.
Yes. When you look at it, you definitely see there's a logo on it. By SUN, you see it. That of NAFDAC tool is written there. You see Standard Organization of Nigeria.
Both sachet water?
Yeah, you see it.
Wow.
So if you don't find, so people just pick water, whether sachet water or the bottled water. You don't bother to even look whether it is certified by the regulators. So first of all, confirm that it is certified. Check it before you start drinking such water. Don't just drink anything, all in the name of quenching your taste. So when you look at it, at least for the moment you pick the water, check that it is certified by Standards Organization of Nigeria, NAFDAC. So if it is not, if you cannot find anything, please don't drink that water.
Okay, people, for you said something that in some areas, so people just have the water factory at their backyard, and those within that environment, they are aware of it.
They are aware, and they will not report to the regulator.
Don't you think they are afraid that maybe you people will go and tell them that this is the person?
No, we don't do that. When you
how safe are these ones if they come?
It is the information that we need.
Okay.
We are not going to mention Mr. Johnson reported, so it is that information so that we can trace the person in question. Not only to, when we get such kind of person, of course you will pay penalty because you know that what you are doing is wrong. There must be, for every product you manufacture, there is a regulator. There is a government agency in charge of that particular product. So the first thing is that before you even start, you are supposed to go to the government agency so that let them guide you appropriately. Like the issue of pure, we have the standard for bottled water, we have the standard for sachet water. So you as a manufacturer, when you have to commence the production, you come to us even from the factory layout, how you build the factory to standard, so that everything will be okay. Not only just even the finished product, starting from the building the factory, we have the design, how you structure it. So when you come, we'll guide you. All these things, they are not, it's free. It's free consultancy. The only thing you buy is just the standard, 5,000, 2,000. And you want to use 5,000, you are going to use that 5,000 to make millions and billions of naira to send your children to school, to build yourself an edifice and live a good life. So 5,000 should not be a problem, shouldn't be enough. I mean a problem for you to say that because of 5,000 I will not go to Standards Organization of Nigeria.
How often do you check this water factory? How often do you go? Because I might go there today and collect the logo. Have been certified, and tomorrow I can still change. We are stable in it. So how often do you go to check that these people still keep to the standard?
Thank you. By our own plan, we do it on quarterly basis.
Okay.
Every company will be visited quarterly. So that means in a year we'll visit you 4 times. But just like what you just said, some of these people, it's only when they see government officials coming that they put everything in place when they're dressing. After which maybe they'll go back. So what in that case, we know there will be some bad eggs. So that's why we have the market surveillance team. Apart from going to your factory, we go to the market to pick your product at random without telling you. To conduct tests. So if it fails any of our parameter, any of the quality requirement, we'll come back and deal with you. So that because there's what we call the batch number and whatever. So traceability and the name of the company, everything. That's why we are telling people, please, any product without address, don't buy it. There's no traceability.
Without address.
Without address. Even water. You see some people just put one fake telephone number. When you call that telephone number, it's not reachable. So there must be address of manufacture. If you are doing the right thing, then you put address, let people trace you. I mean, you want more customers, so put your address. So any water or any product at all, whether locally made or imported, without address, please don't buy such.
Sometimes we find that, especially those of us that take sachet water, the print of the cellophane, that it will like so clean, you can't even get the name of the manufacturer. In such, what do you advise? I want to buy water, but I can't get. It's like the thing is cleaned up. I can't even.
Anything
see.
You are not sure of, please don't take it. Don't take it. So I'm repeating myself. Please, when you want to buy any water, or you want to drink any water, that bottles. First of all, look at the brand name. It must have brand name, aka water. It must have brand name. The other thing is the location. The address must be there. Then you look for the logo, the certification logo, that this product is certified by SON, NAFDAC, or other relevant agency, government agency. You look. So if you cannot find address, no brand name, then there's no point. Don't take it. Go for another one, so that you don't endanger your life.
Okay.
And so please let me even extend. Please, our manufacturers, because most times we see them carry this water open. They are not covered.
Yes, this truck.
Even in the sun, they are hot afternoon. Yeah. They are distributing the water around with just open van. It's not correct.
Wow.
Because the direct sunlight hitting that water with the sachet, the nylon, the reaction is taking place. Chemical reaction is taking place, and that water is already contaminated.
Wow.
So we keep telling them that it should be a closed van. That is the standard. We give them the standard, but compliance is another. Following the standard is another problem.
Don't you have penalty? Because we see a lot of open vans carrying water everywhere.
Yes.
But don't you have?
That's what I'm saying. That if anytime I go and we stumble on them, we get them arrested. The driver, even the last. I don't want to mention names. All these popular brands that we have in Benin. We'll go back to the company and tell them, these people carrying your water, are you the one? It's because it's like a kind of franchise. They are not the owner of the vehicles, but they are more or less a kind of a MOU. You come and carry our product and distribute. They are distributors.
Okay.
So the company in question are not the owner of the, but we have given you the standard. You tell if they cannot comply with the standard, then cancel the contract, terminate the contract. It should be closed van. That water should not be exposed to direct sunlight. So if you catch anybody, you hold the driver, you drive us back to the company, and both of you will be penalized.
Okay, can you give us your contact, your phone number? Because some persons will like see these vehicles in town and like they want to call that this particular brand of water is the vehicle is opened. How can they get your contact to reach out to you people?
Thank you. First of all, our location. We are at Federal Secretariat at Duawa, opposite EBS. That's our office. Then my telephone number, you can reach me or reach the office through these numbers: 080-5626-4948. I repeat, 080-5626-4948. You can also reach us 070-8348-1299. Thank you.
Call that number again.
Is 070-8348-1299.
We will encourage all of us, encourage ourselves, just pick the numbers. If you see any of these vehicles, open vehicles carrying sachet bags of water and it's open and it's directly under the sun, just call these numbers for our own preservation. If you love yourself, you love your family, because you might say, oh, I don't take this kind of water, I take bottled water. What about your relatives? Do you know what they are taking? And if they're in hospital tomorrow, they will still call you to assist because you're a family member. So let's help to check ourselves. Before I'll let you go, Do you publish the list the list of water the manufacturer that one can take? Do you people do it so that people can be, oh, this water I will take and this one I should avoid? Do you people do that?
Yes, we have our network program every Mondays by 6:30 to 7 p.m. So when you watch that program, all these certified products, you will see the list of all certified products and even more activities about standards organization.
What about in Edo State, for instance? Do you people have it like, okay, coming to this place, okay, this water, my dear Edolite, if you see this kind of water, don't go close. If you see this kind of water, this one is good. It makes certification. Do you do it?
For Edo State, what we do is that we just use that. We have our email. We publish most of these things. I mean, our websites, okay. And we also connect with our network center. So we send all the list to them. So you too can help us, EBS. So that's why we need to partner with you, and we have been doing this. So we want you to please still help Standards Organization of Nigeria, all the media, not only EBS, in Edo State, so that we can fight this, fight together to make sure that we sanitize this state of substandard product.
The fight is very important. I have this passion for it, because most times you see a lot of people coming down with different sickness. Apart from the farm produce we eat, water too contribute. A friend was telling me that while he was in Nigeria, he was having malaria problem like monthly, that he traveled to United States for the past 1.5 years, that he had not had anything like, apart from the mosquitoes, he said the water, the kind of water we drink. And some water, when you taste it, is very heavy. You drink it.
You have some metals.
Yes, the water is heavy and it has smell. And people just like, oh, I'm thirsty. I just want to get it. Please, we want to use this medium to please help us in this state. Go out, and I ask your advice. If you need help from Edo State government, you can say it right on this program, that the state government should help you in this direction, because we want the state to be healthy. We don't want, due to this COVID-19 is there, and not taking bad water. So do you have
it's a collaborative effort. Like I said, it's not the issue of whether federal, state, or local government. It's all about everybody. Our lives is at stake, and that is much reason why it should not leave the job only to Standards Organization of Nigeria. Everybody should be on the lookout. If you come across anything substandard, please don't hesitate to call SON.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Engineer Lawa, for your thoughts this morning. We have different segments on this program. Thank you so much. Hope I didn't put you on too much pressure during the discussion.
We are ready for that.
Wow,
that's our job. Call us anytime.
Yeah,
I'll be here.
Talk about our first segment. We spoke about the control of pesticides and the need for farmers to be more educated and enlightened in the control of pests. And you said your organization is going all out to educate farmers. Kudos to you. And we need more collaboration from state government, even other corporate bodies too.
Yes, so even other corporate bodies and other government relevant, agencies, Ministry of Agriculture, when we talk about this issue of pesticides. So, and like we have said, we need more support from people outside there, even state government, for us to be able to reach the grassroots. The issue of logistics, one vehicle is not enough, so we are managing. Many times our officers go on public transport to make sure that at least we do the job to save Nigerians. And
concerning water, you have a role to play. You listening to me there. Standard Organization cannot do everything. He said something, gave out their numbers. If you find that there is somebody, a water company, water manufacturing company at your backyard, and they're just going about doing the job, please, you have a role to play to call their numbers to ensure that this company is meeting up to standard. And when you see a vehicle going out without covering and exposing the water that you and I will not drink tomorrow, you just have to call them. We just need to sanitize our state and make it a healthy state. That's our show this morning on Issues and Answer. And once again, thank you, Mr. Lawai Ismail. He is the State Coordinator of Standard Organization of Nigeria, Edo State. I'm Josephine Ehimi. Thank you for your time. God bless Edo State. God bless Nigeria.